Toyota's national sales event, we're working hard to deliver new Toyotas so you can enjoy the last of summer. From hitting the rapids with a RAV4 hybrid, to kicking up sand in a Tundra, or camping out in a Highlander. Hey, guys!
And nobody has more all-wheel drive vehicles, like the legendary Toyota 4Runner. Get a rugged new 22 Tacoma with 1.9 APR financing, plus you get 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Are you getting all the benefits you need? If you have Medicare, you may now be able to get new benefits. Benefits may include eyeglasses, wellness visits, gym membership, meal delivery, and hearing aids with low copay. You may even find plans with zero monthly plan premiums, zero copays on many services, and zero deductible. To find out which benefits you qualify for and to find out if you're getting the benefits that you deserve, let Best Medcare do the work for you.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
In light of the recent flooding here in eastern Kentucky, we understand that there are so many people that are struggling with survivor's guilt, emotional trauma, PTSD, loss, grief, anxiety, so many things. And please know that we're here for you. Call your local ARH behavioral health provider to schedule an appointment.
It's time. It's time. It's definitely time.
Retire in style at Patriot RV in Ashland, Prestonburg, and now in Georgetown. Patriot RV has thousands of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and toy haulers in stock to fit all budgets. Take advantage of their price match guarantee. Patriot RV will beat any deal by $200, or they'll give you $200 cash back.
Stop what, boys? He'll learn.
Visit Patriot RV in Ashland, Prestonburg, and now in Georgetown.
Enter the Food City Coca-Cola Zero Sugar End of Summer giveaway for a chance to receive tickets to Dollywood, a Food City gift card, a Coca-Cola prize pack, or free gas for a year. Enter today by posting a photo of how you're staying cool with Coca-Cola Zero Sugar at WYMT.com/contests.
In the wake of the devastating flood, thousands have stepped in. Thank you to all who came together to help. If you too would like to help with local relief efforts, visit WYMT.com to find out how. Together, Appalachia rises.
Have a news tip? Then call the WYMT News Tip line.
Window World is proud to give back to those who need it most. Many customers have donated to our efforts with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and we're grateful to match those donations dollar for dollar. Window World, improving homes, changing lives.
Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, FEMA officials are set up at a mobile unit in Perry County to provide one-on-one assistance to get people help. And mold can impact more than just your home. One expert says it could be impacting your health.
Plus, we may have a break on the way as we head into tomorrow, but shower and storm chances aren't finished with us yet. The latest details are coming up as Mountain News at 5:30 starts right now.
Dedicated to Southern and Eastern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 5:30.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. FEMA is set up in Eastern Kentucky, meeting with folks one-on-one to help them get assistance. The federal agency is encouraging people to come to their mobile unit in Perry County to check on their assistance or to apply for it for the first time. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to them and some of those they are helping.
Just getting around is difficult for many. Their homes are crushed. Their cars are in the creek.
It's going to be difficult for them to get down to the main disaster recovery center right in Hazard.
So Nate Custer says FEMA is coming to them, setting up at the Home Place Community Center close to a lot of the devastation.
So this is something that we are kind of doing on an intensive basis to this community out here in a fairly remote area, rather than a recovery center, let's say at a library or a town hall or things like that.
People can apply for emergency home repairs or temporary housing.
It's to try to make that home safe, secure, and sanitary so the family can live there while they make other arrangements for more permanent repairs.
A woman who lives in this area told me through tears that she is so thankful because she has her faith. But she says everything she owns is now in the carport beside her home. She's living in a tent, but she says she has been told she will have FEMA assistance and that she will have a trailer from FEMA to set up in front of her home. FEMA urges people to keep trying to get help, even if the first time they are denied the assistance.
Those are issues that this center is perfectly designed to handle when you're talking to a FEMA representative face to face.
FEMA reps also say assistance is given no matter one's socioeconomic status. Perry County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
FEMA will be set up from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. at the Home Place Community Center on Willie Fay Drive in the Erie community again tomorrow. Thacker Grigsby Communications is taking some stress off its customers. In a Facebook post, company officials said, quote, "We are aware customers have been receiving past due notices. Thacker Grigsby is required by law to send these out. However, all late fees and past dues will be waived for the month of August due to the recent flooding." Mold can cause more damage than you might think, and health experts want to remind people of that while they're cleaning out their homes. They add folks need to take extra precautions as well. WYMT's Olivia Calfee spoke with Dr. Ferris Cotter about protective measures you can and should take.
You are looking at mold on the interior of a flooded home. Infectious disease specialist Dr. Cotter says it can not only damage your home, but your health as well.
If you've been cleaning your house and you're having problems, itching, sneezing, coughing, runny nose, or irritated eyes, go to your doctor.
Dr. Cotter says people need to be concerned about potential risk, especially if they have other pre-existing conditions.
The long-term side effects will be asthma and allergic rhinitis that gets worse. And sometimes you can get what we call chronic lung infection.
What many people do not know is that mold can make you sick through the skin, eyes, and mouth. So dress accordingly.
Wear protective equipment. If you wear an N95 mask during this, and goggles, and boots, and gloves, and long sleeves, and long pants, you will protect the effect of the mold on the skin and the respiratory system.
If you are experiencing health problems from cleaning out your home, talk to your doctor before it gets worse.
There are treatments out there for allergies, for asthma, for irritation. There's also treatment for invasive fungal infection and lung infection. First of all, we have to diagnose it.
Serving as a reminder to everyone to stay healthy and clean with care. In Whitesburg, Olivia Calfee, WYMT Mountain News.
Dr. Cotter says it's still important to wear a mask into a mold-infected house, even if it's just for a brief moment.
It's been a rather pleasant day around the mountains today. Plenty of sunshine. Only a few of those areas seeing some showers and storms bubbling up during the heat of the afternoon. As we head into the evening, though, those should start to diminish. I-75 at Corbin, all quiet at this hour, though obviously weather-wise it's quiet. The interstate moving rather smoothly, as you'd expect at this hour. It being the rush hour out there, middle and upper 70s to near 80 in many spots. Warm spots right now, Jonesville at 82. Same thing on the other end of the area over at Somerset at 82. Dew points not crazy, low to mid 60s out there, so you do feel the mugginess, at least a little bit of it, but it's not crazy outside. You feel not too bad. We've been watching a couple of showers and storms across southwest Virginia and across the I-64 corridor just north of Moorhead. Those are making a very slow movement to the south, and watching a couple of pop-up showers down toward Norton and toward Jonesville and Pennington Gap out in southwest Virginia. So over the next 3 hours, mid-70s as we head into the evening hours, upper 60s as we head to bed, and mid-60s overnight. The details on when things finally look to dry out for at least a little bit coming up in just a bit. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Former Donald Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani is appearing before a special grand jury in Georgia investigating attempts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. CBS's Natalie Brand has more from Washington, D.C.
Rudy Giuliani is spending the day in an Atlanta courthouse answering questions before a grand jury as part of a criminal investigation looking into election interference in 2020.
Talk about this until it's over. The grand jury and grand juries as I recall, a secret.
Do you believe President Trump is the ultimate target of this investigation?
I'm not going to comment on the grand jury investigation.
Giuliani is among a group of allies of former President Donald Trump identified as targets of the Fulton County prosecutor's investigation. The former New York City mayor, who served as a personal attorney to then President Trump, became one of his closest advisors in the aftermath of the 2020 election. He publicly made baseless claims of election fraud in key battleground states, including Georgia.
For example, the recount being done in Georgia will tell us nothing, because these fraudulent ballots will just be counted again.
This special grand jury was formed in the beginning of this year. The Fulton County District Attorney says the investigation was spurred by the January phone call between Mr. Trump and Georgia's Secretary of State.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Anthony Michael Kreis, who teaches law at Georgia State University, says the DA appears to be getting closer to the former president's innermost circle.
I doubt that if a conspiracy case was brought in Georgia, that it would be brought without the former president involved, because he was a linchpin in all of this.
Giuliani's attorneys had tried to delay his testimony because he underwent heart surgery last month, but the judge ordered him to appear even though he could not travel by plane. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
7 Trump associates and advisors have been called to testify. Trump could also be questioned as part of the inquiry. South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham is scheduled to testify next week. Jenna Ellis, a one-time lawyer for former President Trump, will also have to appear before the Georgia grand jury investigating the 2020 presidential election. A Colorado judge granted that request today. A lawyer from the Fulton County DA's office says Ellis may have been involved in the talks the Trump team had regarding pushing now disproven claims of election fraud in Georgia. The DA's office is also interested in the legal memos Ellis wrote that advised then Vice President Mike Pence could halt the certification of Joe Biden's election as president. Coming up on Mountain News at 5:30, as temperatures soar, utility scams heat up too. How you can avoid falling victim to summertime scammers.
Plus, only a spotty chance tomorrow, but rain chances build back as we head into the late week. The details in your full forecast ahead.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Where to go and what to do in Huntsville, Alabama. Personalized just for you. Find your sweet spots at alabama.travel/sweet spot.
Oh boy. What? We better get out of here. That clown is about to hit a water line.
He didn't contact 811 to mark the underground utilities.
Nope.
You saw that coming. Too bad he didn't.
Know what's below. 811 before you did.
Everything Breaks is a new kind of auto protection plan that gives you more. You gotta have a protection plan, or you'll be paying the huge costs of auto repair on your own. Some plans charge you $150 a month, but for less than $1 a day, Everything Breaks can protect you from crippling auto repair bills that you can't afford. Call the number on your screen now for a no-obligation quote.
I like Everything Breaks because they have lots of different plans. It's really affordable, and they have really good customer service.
Everything Breaks also includes 24-hour roadside assistance, free towing, and free rental cars. With our loyalty program, you can earn rewards like free oil changes and brake pads. Everything Breaks covers more than cars, so act now, and coverage for your smartphone will be included free. That's auto and phone protection for one low price. It's only a matter of time until something breaks, so don't wait. Call now to join the millions of satisfied customers and start saving thousands on your repair bills.
Call 800-935-0994 or visit everythingbreaks.com.
All Kentucky driver licensing is moving from circuit clerk offices in every county
to regional offices. And the new regional offices offer more licensing choices than ever before.
Get a driver's license valid for 4 years.
or 8 years.
Get a real ID
or a standard license.
Renew online or in person.
You can even visit any regional office you'd like. It's next level licensing.
Learn more at drive.ky.gov.
It's time. It's time. It's definitely time.
Retire in style at Patriot RV in Ashland, Prestonburg, and now in Georgetown. Patriot RV has thousands of travel trailers, fifth wheels, and toy haulers in stock to fit all budgets. Take advantage of their price match guarantee. Patriot RV will beat any deal by $200, or they'll give you $200 cash back.
Stop what, boys? He'll learn.
Visit Patriot RV in Ashland, Prestonburg, and now in Georgetown.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
On this day in history, August 17th, 1969, Hurricane Camille killed 248 people. The storm formed a few days earlier and rapidly intensified over the Gulf of Mexico. It made landfall near the mouth of the Mississippi River. In total, Camille caused more than $1.4 billion in damages. This was the second of three catastrophic Category 5 storms that made landfall in the U.S. during the 20th century.
And the good news, nothing to worry about in the tropics out there as of now. Maybe a couple of invests we'll be watching, but no active storms, though we are reaching soon the climatological peak of Atlantic hurricane season. Nothing like that outside, all quiet. Pikeville Medical Center camera, we're turned toward US 119, US 23 there. Not too bad. Traffic lightening up now a little bit as we head into the evening hours. 75 there. That's where many of us are, middle and upper 70s, though a few 80s sneaking in, especially the closer you get to Lake Cumberland. And even further north, Irvin's at 81. In fact, a rather popular number around the region. Lexington joining the party with several of our Lake Cumberland counties out there. Pinpoint Doppler, we're watching just a couple of these small little showers. They're really not amounting to much out there. Zooming into southwest Virginia, got a shower right on top of Norton, just east of Pennington Gap along 58. That's about it. As we head through the evening hours, we'll continue to watch these showers as they make a run toward I-64. They're not moving very fast. They're not very heavy, and I expect them to continue to diminish as we head later on tonight. Here's what's going on. We're watching this little boundary across the Carolinas, East Tennessee into Southwest Virginia. It's sparking off showers across portions of West Virginia. This is going to kind of wobble its way back and forth over the next couple of days. As it does, it's going to wobble a little further away tomorrow. That'll keep us dry and allow high pressure that's in place across the upper Midwest to kind of work on in, keep us dry, much less humid, and rather comfortable outside, but changes are on the way as that boundary wobbles back in towards next week, or towards late week and into the weekend. That's when showers and storms return to the picture. Not tonight, though. Mostly clear. Low 60s out there. Calm winds as we head through tonight. Timing it out on Future View, you see some of those showers diminishing as we head through the nighttime hours. But as we wake up in the morning, some of that fog starts to increase as we head out there tomorrow morning. That should burn off quickly. I can't rule out a stray downpour, but for the most part, things all dry as we head into our Thursday afternoon. Rather comfortable, too. We're going to be in the 80s with low humidity, dew points in the low 60s, so it'll be a rather comfortable day on our Thursday. Thursday nights, things diminish. We watch clouds start to move back in as early as Friday morning, and more showers start to move in Friday afternoon. There'll be more scattered Friday afternoon than we head into the weekend. Those rain chances on the way up. You see by Saturday and Sunday, 30% chances each day, and that extends into Monday as well, and that muggy meter heads up as well, especially as we head into Sunday. We're on that muggy to sticky category rather than, we're not quite too oppressive, but either way, it's going to start feeling a little more humid over the next couple of days. On that extended forecast, where your weekend is always in view, best rain chances the weekend and early next week. We stay right around average or below as we head towards next week, though I will say we're starting to see the hints in the models that things could start to diminish in intensity and the rain chances, I should say, as we head towards the middle of next week. We'll be keeping an eye on it. Steve?
All right, Evan, thank you. High temps this summer mean you need to be on high alert for scammers posing as your utility company. That's according to the latest from the Better
As he was surprised who showed up on the caller ID.
I thought, well, that's odd. Why would CenterPoint Energy call me on a holiday?
Lee says the caller on the other line told him that his electricity was getting cut off because of non-payment.
I took my phone, I looked at it and said, no, that can't be right.
So he did what every consumer expert recommends you do.
I said, well, is there a phone number I can call you back? I'll check this and call you right back. And they said, oh, it's on my caller ID. I said, okay, great. And then I was disconnected.
Lee says he then went online to double check his account. Everything was fine. When he called the number from his caller ID, he got the real CenterPoint and an automated message telling him to call back during regular business hours.
And I thought, wow, these guys are good because they're using not only CenterPoint caller ID, but they're also spoofing CenterPoint's callback number.
We reached out to the real CenterPoint, and they sent us this notice. It's the same one they sent their customers, warning about the fake calls and imposters, and urging customers to remain on high alert.
Stop and think and say, no, I'm going to go ahead and check with the utility first.
When it comes to utility scams, Colleen Tressler with the Federal Trade Commission says fraudsters don't just call or text. Sometimes they'll show up at your front door pretending to be a contractor or a worker, ready to take your personal information.
Leave them at the door, close the door, you call your utility and report it.
The FTC received more than 2.8 million fraud reports from people last year. The most commonly reported category, imposter scams. Many of these imposter scams, the FTC says, are scammers pretending to be legit businesses, like your utility company. Monica Horton with the BBB says be on your guard. That's because utility scams tend to spike during the extreme hot and cold months.
The crooks follow the headlines, and they are going to try and hook you and scam you whatever way they can.
Along with always getting a callback number, the BBB says if you get a call, be on the lookout for pressure to pay immediately or to pay via wire transfer or gift card. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Carice Jackman.
Weather, sponsored by Kentucky Farm Bureau. Big on commitment.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Diabetics understand all too well the pain of pricking your fingers. But now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you can immediately reduce your pain. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 or more times daily, injecting insulin 3 or more times daily, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn about this groundbreaking new CGM technology. And if you have Medicare, you can get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 4 or more times daily, injecting insulin 3 or more times daily, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how you can get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Take your time, hon.
Play the Kentucky Lottery online, anywhere, anytime.
I won! Yes!
More games, more chances to win. Anytime is playtime.
Nice purse.
Watch the Appalachian Wireless Game of the Week as the Shelby Valley Wildcats take on the Letcher Central Cougars. Friday on HNI and WYMT.com.
In light of the recent flooding here in eastern Kentucky, we understand that there are so many people that are struggling with survivor's guilt, emotional trauma, PTSD, loss, grief, anxiety, so many things. And please know that we're here for you. Call your local ARH behavioral health provider to schedule an appointment.
Watch the Appalachian Wireless Game of the Week as the Shelby Valley Wildcats take on the Letcher Central Cougars. Friday on HNI and WYMT.com.
You plan on being there for her for a long, long time. For recitals, soccer games, graduations, until she's a grown-up of her own. But what if you can't be there? Protect what matters most. Talk to a Kentucky Farm Bureau agent about life insurance.
Come push me, Daddy.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Download Investigate TV for your Roku and Amazon Fire devices.
Well, if you watch a ton of football, especially in the SEC, you know that many yards are gained or lost in the trenches. The Wildcats have had few issues in the line strength the past few years, but are still developing under the new guy, offensive coordinator Rich Scangarillo. He still has some developing to do in his first year at Lexington, but Brad White says the fact that he knows that makes him great to work with.
That's what I think makes him special, is he understands that this whole process starts with work. And he's not afraid to put in extra time in the meeting room. He works hard on the practice field. And so if he continues with that mindset, he's going to be in good shape.
Well, you can go ahead and mark your calendars. The Kentucky women's basketball conference schedule has been released. The Wildcats open up SEC play on the road against Missouri on December 29th and have some seriously tough road tests, including a trip to South Carolina on February 2nd. Here's the home schedule for Kentucky. Arkansas is the opener on New Year's Day. You might want to circle that game on January 12th against the Gamecocks. The first meeting between those two since the SEC championship game last season. And last but certainly not least, a closeout game against Tennessee on February 26th. The UK Athletic Department says tip times and networks will be announced at some point in a later date. And as of now, all these games are set to be at Memorial Coliseum. Well, as we told you earlier this week, Joe Burrow is back to practice with the Bengals after missing 2 weeks due to an appendectomy. He spoke to the media today about it. Turns out it wasn't just appendicitis. It wasn't precautionary either. It was a burst appendix. Earlier this week, he was in 7-on-7 action. Now he's doing 11-on-11 scrimmages. Not bad for a guy who had a burst appendix. Working back to be ready for week 1 against Pittsburgh.
I just think my whole career has been coming back from speed bumps and adversity, and so I don't know anything else. It's just another speed bump in the way. It is what it is. Got to come back from it. You control what you can control, and this is what we're dealing with right now.
Athens, Ohio's best right there. Well, some devastating news for the rest of the Reds season. One of their stars, Joey Votto, out for the season. According to our sister station, Fox 19 in Cincinnati, Votto suffered a torn rotator cuff that will require surgery on Friday. The Reds sitting at the bottom of the NL Central, so it seems understandable to have the surgery now rather than later. Well, speaking of the Reds, they ended up winning in a walk-off this afternoon in a getaway game against Philadelphia, 1-0. In the night game tonight, Atlanta taking on New York for that big NL East showdown. The Braves, only 3.5 games back. Well, that's sports. We're back after this.
It's all in our hands, this life of time that's given to us all. It is all in our hands, it is all in our hands.
Experienced heart specialists and subspecialists collaborating for the benefit of your care. Top 10% national hospital rankings for patient safety in heart attack and heart failure treatment. The technology and skill to perform extraordinary complex, minimally invasive cardiac, electrophysiology, interventional, and structural heart surgeries. This is the Heart and Vascular Institute at Pikeville Medical Center.
It is all in our hands, it is all in our hands.
When it comes to your heart, place your care in our hands.
It is all in our hands.
It feels like we're all coming apart, but my faith, my family, and my love for Kentucky hold me together. Our politics should not be about division, but about solving the problems we all share. Medicine and food cost too much. Housing is out of reach. The system isn't working for us, but we can change it. This is our time for new politics, and I will fight for you in Washington, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, the people of Kentucky. I'm Charles Booker, and I approve this message.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. Battles are won within. Over enemies of fear. Enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise of battles won. Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Watch the Appalachian Wireless Game of the Week as the Shelby Valley Wildcats take on the Letcher Central Cougars Friday on HNI and WYMT.com.
Coming up, we'll talk to a retired art teacher who was hoping to sell some of his artwork only to have much of it destroyed in the flood. And several Breathitt County flood victims are getting help after a North Carolina community rallied to donate several campers and supplies.
Plus, more showers and storms look to be in the cards as we head into the next couple of days. The details on when we can see some dry time as well coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts right now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
A Letcher County man's livelihood taken by floodwaters. 88-year-old Doug Adams just started his retirement from teaching at Letcher Central High School, but now he's living a nightmare as his art studio was flooded, his paintings and sculptures trashed, thousands of dollars lost. But as Emily Bennett shows us, for Adams, it's more than money. It's something that can never be replaced.
Walking down the streets of Whitesburg, you'll see a little bit of Doug Adams everywhere you look.
He is an icon when it comes to art here.
The 88-year-old artist brightening up the town with his murals.
I'm going to base this mural on that Daniel Boone.
Adams retired from teaching this year, ready to enjoy life in his art studio, but in just one day.
When I got up and looked out the window from my apartment, it was a river going down through there.
He lost a lifetime of work.
It's sad. It's almost like a funeral.
His paintings and sculptures tossed around the room.
The things that were on this side of the shop are now on this side of the shop.
Years of painstaking work, now sitting outside in trash bags.
I had paintings lined up all down this wall.
Over the years, he'd brought most of his work here. Now he's searching through what's left.
That is a $300 watercolor brush, ruined.
Figuring out what, if anything, is salvageable.
I'm not sure how much of that I can save till I start trying to put it back together.
His welders and equipment ruined.
I bet I lost $50,000 or $60,000.
His work was his retirement fund.
And I wanted to have a quantity of work that would be available for sale.
But it's so much more than money for Adams. It's the process of the art coming to life and the joy others get from his work. People like John Pellegrini, who has bought Adams's work for decades, displayed in his gallery downtown.
Everyone always looks to him when they want to talk about art.
Pellegrini says Adams is no stranger to this kind of loss. 40 years ago, losing an art studio to a fire, and he's certain Adams will once again start his collection over.
Well, it isn't easy to remake your life, and Doug has, for the second time, this time in his late 80s, been forced to rethink art and what he's going to do about the fact that a fire and then a flood took out his work.
Starting again at 88 years old.
You could sit and wring your hands and cry, but it won't help you any.
In Whitesburg, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Get this, Adams says he plans to do a painting on the flood. He says even though he grew up in Letcher County, he'd never seen flooding like this.
Few fair weather clouds out there this afternoon, but plenty of sunshine as well. We'll continue to see things calm down from, well, we don't have much to calm down from, but areas that see some rain we'll see it calm down later tonight. Near 80 right now here in Perry County, down there at Buffalo Mountain, looking nice. And just some clouds over the sun. Temperatures remaining warm in some spots. How about Manchester and Jonesville checking in at 82, 81 in Somerset, upper 70s and low 80s across portions of the region as well. Pinpoint Doppler. Well, we've watched a few showers through the evening, but so far so good. We haven't seen a ton, and we'll see those continue to diminish as we get closer and closer to sunset. You see what was going on up there toward I-64 that we've been talking about beginning to diminish as well. So for tonight, low 60s, calm winds, and mostly clear outside as we head through tonight. But we'll start to see an increase in some showers and storms, not necessarily tomorrow, but as we head into the next couple of days. The details on that coming up in just a bit. Steve?
Evan, thanks. In the last 3 weeks, we have heard the stories of people who have lost everything, but we've also heard plenty of stories of communities coming together to lend a hand in the aftermath. Now, in a display of Appalachian solidarity, one Western North Carolina group is doing what they can to offer a sense of hope and a sense of home to a few people in need. WYMT's Alyssa Williams continues our team coverage and shows us how support for flood victims continues to come from every corner of the country.
A damaged one-bedroom structure is what Breathitt County native Delbert White calls home following July's flood.
I've been staying right here in a one-room shack. I built that home back in the early 70s.
But now, things are looking up for White.
I've got a home away from home.
After donating supplies to Breathitt County, Holly Whitson and her family heard the stories of those who lost everything and wanted to help.
Well, this community is a lot like my community. It's a very small community. Everybody knows everybody. And so when I met all these people, I just couldn't forget about them. And my heart went out to them. So I thought if there's anything I can do, I'm going to do it.
With the help of church groups and an RV business in Johnson City, Tennessee, Whitson and her family were able to donate 3 campers and a car to a few Breathitt Countyans on Wednesday.
It's amazing, actually. I've cried a lot. To see them so happy, it's worth everything.
This generosity impacting the lives of people like Rena Ritchie, who has been living in a tent since the flood.
It was hard to believe, it really was. I still feel like I'm in a dream. It's a good feeling, but I just still feel like I'm in a dream where I live over these old tents and in a car. It's hard to believe that you can lay down tonight in a bed.
Offering hope and creating a home for Breathitt Countyans in need. In Breathitt County, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
This mission was made possible in partnership with the Breathitt County Hunger Alliance. Whitson connected with the pantry via Facebook and then traveled to Breathitt County last week to help. Shaping Our Appalachian Region, or SOAR, has launched the Eastern Kentucky Student Support Fund to help students affected by the flooding. SOAR's Executive Director Colby Hall says they are working with public kindergarten through 12th grade school systems in FEMA-declared disaster counties. They will work with the school resource centers to meet needs like school supplies, bedding, or even gas cards for transportation to and from school.
We've got over 60 grand in it right now, so we're off to a really good start. We're starting to work with schools as they get to that phase to start to disperse these funds.
The fund is made possible by donors. 100% of donations go towards students' needs. Hall says they will not close the fund down until needs are met. As flood cleanup efforts continue, some communities are planning for the next phase of progress, and in Floyd County, organizers say that may only require more of what they've already been seeing, community members willing to answer the call. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has more from the Floyd County Community Center as they help those in need enter the next chapter.
As cleanup efforts continue in communities across the region,
in Floyd County, we are moving pretty quickly as opposed to some of the other counties. Our devastation was great, but I think probably not as great.
Volunteers and organizers at the Floyd County Flood Relief Operations Center say it has been heartwarming to see neighbors stepping up.
It breaks my heart to see these little kids don't have a home and stuff. So I know how it feels.
As many people work to clean up.
These are my people, and I've lived here my entire life. And so to be able to help folks who are struggling right now and trying to honestly rebuild their lives, I mean, when you've lost everything.
With donations pouring into the community center and needs being met daily, organizers are now asking for household appliances and furniture items to help families get their homes back in order.
It makes me feel better that they get their stuff what they needed. They're not suffering. They're not in pain.
As they work to transition into the next phase of relief.
You know, when you start trying to get furnished for an entire house, it starts getting a little bit difficult.
Taking one step at a time.
People can talk about these mountains and the mountain people, but we are a proud people. We take care of each other. We take care of our own.
And doing so together. In Floyd County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
The community center has also served as a shelter, but organizers say they believe that need has been met by getting people into temporary housing situations closer to home. So the shelter is expected to be closed by tomorrow, but the relief center will remain active. The VFW has recently recognized a Pike County veteran for service to country, community, and fellow veterans. As part of their Still Serving campaign, Darren Hilton of the Pikeville VFW Post was recognized for hosting Veteran Dog Days at the Pound at the Pike County Animal Shelter, as well as co-hosting a Veterans Fellowship meeting called Second Six. Hilton says these programs, as well as his work at the Pikeville Veterans Memorial Park, helps vets find camaraderie and provides a place for vets to give back to their communities.
The purpose of Still Serving is to try to get veterans to get involved with their communities and with veteran service organizations, okay, to get back to the brotherhood and the sisterhood that we had in the military. That's what Still Serving is about.
Hilton says it's important for veterans to reach out and join veteran service organizations like the VFW, DAV, and the like. We'll have more about the VFW's Still Serving campaign and Hilton's work at the Pikeville Post tonight at 11. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
The coverage you need when you need it most. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
It's all in our hands, this life of time that's given to us all. It is all in our hands, it is all in our hands.
Experienced heart specialists and subspecialists collaborating for the benefit of your care. Top 10% national hospital rankings for patient safety in heart attack and heart failure treatment. The technology and skill to perform extraordinary complex, minimally invasive cardiac, electrophysiology, interventional, and structural heart surgeries. This is the Heart and Vascular Institute at Pikeville Medical Center.
It is all in our hands, it is all in our hands.
When it comes to your heart, place your care in our hands.
It is all in our hands.
Access to addiction treatment has changed. Trust me, I would know. I spent 13 years battling addiction. At Addiction Recovery Care, treatment on demand is here. This means your name isn't on some wait list, and you aren't sitting by the phone waiting for a call back. Contact our team today to learn more. Because trust me, finding recovery is possible.
It feels like we're all coming apart, but my faith, my family, and my love for Kentucky hold me together. Our politics should not be about division, but about solving the problems we all share. Medicine and food cost too much. Housing is out of reach. The system isn't working for us, but we can change it. This is our time for new politics, and I will fight for you in Washington, Democrats, Republicans, and Independents, the people of Kentucky. I'm Charles Booker, and I approve this message.
The WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT News app, powered by Appalachian Wireless.
Well, seeing plenty of sunshine now toward UVA-wise, but you notice kind of in the distance some of these clouds bubbling up. That is a distant shower. That's starting to move away and on out of the area, and we brought some sunshine back to Southwest Virginia. Sitting at 70 right now down there. The official observation at Lonesome Pine Airport's got clouds in place. Dew points in the low 60s, so we're not dealing with any kind of crazy heat index. In fact, it feels like temperature right at 70 as well. Temperatures around the region, middle and upper 70s, as you'd expect, into the low 80s in some of our warmer spots. Jonesville and Manchester, the warmest spots right now, sitting at 82 degrees. Pinpoint Doppler is getting cleaner by the minute. That sweep is getting cleaner. We noticed maybe a couple of downpours earlier across Southwest Virginia. You have to head out to the east. In fact, we'll kind of track that over here. You got to head out toward Abingdon before you run into anything. So dry weather continuing to work its way in as we head for the remainder of this evening. We had a couple of downpours try to work into portions of Laurel County, into Pulaski, McCreary, and Whitley counties, but for the most part, we've stayed dry, and our showers across portions of the I-64 corridor continue to fade out as we head through tonight. Backing it out into the full view, we've talked about our boundary across portions of the Carolinas into Virginia and West Virginia. That's what's serving as the focusing mechanism for our showers and storms. That will kind of wobble its way back to the east tomorrow, so high pressure across portions of the upper Midwest will be the dominant weather feature. Could we see a downpour? It's possible, but not a huge threat as we head into the day tomorrow with high pressure in place. But this boundary will wobble its way back to the north, and as it does, that's what will bring us the chance for a few more showers and storms for the weekend and beyond. Future view, timing it out tonight, you see anything that develops long gone. Some of that fog developing, though, overnight by the morning hours, waking up through tomorrow, looking absolutely beautiful as we run through the daytime hours. You see plenty of sunshine, few clouds, and again, maybe a scattered shower. But that is about it. We're back to clear skies Thursday night, and we can see a little bit more fog there as well. But notice coming up from the south, here comes that boundary again, increasing clouds and eventually showers as we head through our Friday afternoon. Not a huge deal, but we'll watch it. And just like the last few nights, they will diminish as we head into the overnight. But that will increase the chance for a few showers into the weekend. For tomorrow, though, very few, if any, showers in sight. Partly cloudy to start. Looking pretty nice as we head through the day. Near 80 is where we finish. Maybe a shower, but for the most part, we're looking in good shape as we head into our Thursday. On that Community Trust Bank 7-day forecast, we're watching rain chances continuing mainly into the weekend and early parts of next week, with, again, probably the best chance early next week toward Monday and Tuesday, and then we're back to some more slight chances as we head into the middle of next week. Steve?
Evan, thank you. The number of monkeypox cases in Kentucky is now up to 17. That includes the first confirmed case in Lexington. Julia Sandor spoke to doctors today who told her there is no need to panic.
Monkeypox is becoming more prevalent in Kentucky. One infectious disease physician at UK Healthcare, Dr. Nicholas Van Sickles, says it's important to know the facts about the disease.
For the general population, I think being aware of how it's spread and how it's not spread, I think are two really important things. For those of us in healthcare, this is new. It doesn't spread like COVID-19, so it's not airborne.
As of right now, there are nearly 13,000 cases of monkeypox across the United States. But when you take a look at the map from the CDC, they're reporting 15 cases in Kentucky. And according to our state data, as of today, we have 17 cases total.
I mean, I think definitely we've known that it's been here because we've had cases in Kentucky, and so we know it's here. We probably just haven't detected it.
Doctors say monkeypox is similar to smallpox, but not as deadly. Infections include flu-like symptoms and rashes that look like chickenpox or shingles. Health officials say monkeypox is spread from person to person through close physical contact. The majority of reported cases are in gay or bisexual men. Anthony Smallwood is with AVOL Kentucky, which advocates for Lexington's LGBTQ community.
I think about it like this. If there had been a vaccine for COVID that early in the game, think of what we could have done. We could have gotten a hold on this much quicker.
And they say just because they've seen more cases in certain communities, anyone can get monkeypox. In Lexington, Julia Sandor, WKYT.
The Lake Cumberland District Health Department is offering the monkeypox vaccine. It's available to certain high-risk people 18 years and older. They only have a limited supply. You can call the health department at 606-678-4761 for more information. The University of Kentucky is keeping an eye on monkeypox. In a campus letter, President Eli Capilouto said the university is monitoring the virus. He says the risk to the public remains low. He's reminding students to avoid close skin-to-skin contact with people who have a rash resembling monkeypox, avoid contact with objects and materials that an infected person used, wash your hands and use hand sanitizer often, and if you think you've been exposed, isolate from others. We'll be right back with sports.
WYMT weather, sponsored by Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust.
We've all experienced the peace of mind feeling when you finally find an honest company that will give you top quality products at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you. That's exactly what Window World does. Keep more money in your bank account by searching Window World today.
Watch me. Watch me pirouette with style and grace. An open floor of inspiration. This is my place. 5 positions to start, leotard and tights. A story through movement. Under music and lights. Straight and tall, they promised I'd stand. I'm a ballerina who twirls like the blades of a fan. Watch me. Innovative scoliosis treatment at Shriners Children's. The most amazing care anywhere.
We love food. It's our thing. You'll notice it all over the store, like how our certified butchers stamp the time your meat was ground, not just the day. Nobody does food like Food City. This week, save on certified Angus beef top sirloin steak, $4.99 a pound, fresh blueberry pints, buy one, get one free, RC Products 6-pack bottles, also buy one, get one free, and more.
Value every day, Food City.
For 45 years now, Ford F-Series has had the #1 position locked up. And during the summer sales event at your local Ford dealer, you can lock down a great deal thanks to this limited time offer. When you pre-order a 2023 F-150 at your local Ford store, you can lock in 2.9% financing for 60 months. So no matter what interest rates do, you're locked in. For the best deals on America's best-selling trucks, visit your local Ford store today, where there's always more in store.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Are you getting all the benefits you need? If you have Medicare, you may now be able to get new benefits. Benefits may include eyeglasses, wellness visits, gym membership, meal delivery, and hearing aids with low copay. You may even find plans with 0 monthly plan premiums, 0 copays on many services, and 0 deductible. To find out which benefits you qualify for and to find out if you're getting the benefits that you deserve, let Best Medcare do the work for you.
We've all experienced the peace of mind feeling when you finally find an honest company that will give you top quality products at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you. That's exactly what Window World does. Keep more money in your bank account by searching Window World today.
Over the past 2 weeks, we've seen athletes around the region and the Commonwealth do what they can to help out those affected by the flooding here in eastern Kentucky. One attempt at that has been caught up in some red tape. The KHSAA has denied a waiver to allow Reed Shepherd, along with Lyon County and UK prospect Travis Perry, to participate at the Midwest Charity Classic All-Star Game in Lexington. The event is set to donate proceeds to flood relief here in the mountains. But since school has already begun in Laurel County, Shepherd needed a waiver from the KHSAA to participate, and they denied the waiver, even tweeting a statement saying the members shot down an amendment that would have allowed something like this a year ago. Certainly a strange story about that. Following the devastating floods that hit so many communities in eastern Kentucky, Breathitt County wasn't sure they would have a football season this year. Yet tremendous cleanup efforts and help from all over the Commonwealth, the Bobcats plan to take the field this Friday. WYMT's Nate Johnson has more.
Bobcat football was hit hard during the flooding, with water rushing through the field, locker rooms, and stands. Despite the devastation, head coach Kyle Moore had a message to fight on.
You know, it's always the darkest before the dawn. You know, things look bad, and you know, but you know, it's nothing we can't handle. You know, the Lord will never put more on us than we can handle, and we can come through it with the help of each other and God, and you know, we got a lot of people hurting, and you know, if anybody out there, you know, just if you can't make it down and help us, you know, we're prayer is much appreciated.
The destruction left a lot of cleanup to do, with a football season seeming unlikely. However, help stepped in at the perfect time, both at home and beyond. The Bobcats are ready to take the field.
We're here for them. Our principal, Mr. Brandon Friends, and our community have really got a lot of things organized to help them with. So I think they'll be staying at Eastern, but our facility will be open to them, and not only in the way of football, but in things of need that they'll need, anything that they've lost, because a lot of the kids have lost everything. So if we can help them clothes-wise, food-wise, and just getting them away from the problems for a little bit.
After a grueling past few weeks, the Bobcats are set to return to Friday Night Lights.
I'm really impressed on how we're throwing the ball, how we're throwing and catching. You know, we got Tyler coming back, be his first year starting at QB. Even at that, I think, you know, this is probably the best we've looked since the state semifinal run in 2019. Honestly, so I'm looking for big things this year.
The Bobcats are ready to play for their team, school, and community, and show that the dawn is quickly approaching. In Breathitt County, Nate Johnson, WYMT, Mountain Sports.
Well, the Bobcats opened the season in really a poetic matchup at home against Magoffin County. And as I was saying to a friend of mine earlier this week, that Magoffin County, there is no program that knows more about natural disaster than that one, even though it's not recently really almost poetic that that's the first game. The rematch of last year's district championship will be on September 13th when Middlesboro comes to town. And then the Bobcats will end this season at home with a game against the Knox Central Panthers. Well, the Pigskin previews continue tonight and tomorrow, and even outside of our newscasts. Check out our Top 10 special on Thursday at 7 right here on WYMT. We'll reveal our first Alice Lloyd College Mountain Top 10, so don't miss it. We look forward to seeing you there. That's sports. We're back after this.
For you, I wish many things. To see all the world can be. But most of all, I wish you'll never stop wishing.
Come on, Brian.
Dad, look.
Brian, come on.
I'm Courtney.
I'm Brian.
Ready, Brian? Summer won't last forever, but you can go out and make memories that will during Toyota's National Sales Event.
Save over $5,700 in fuel costs on the electrified Corolla Hybrid and get 1.9 APR financing. And college grads save an extra $500 on any new Toyota.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Seniors are overpaying for life insurance, sometimes more than twice the monthly rate of what they could be paying. If you've bought a guaranteed acceptance plan, please pay close attention. A 60-year-old male pays almost $90 a month for less than $11,000 in coverage with a guaranteed acceptance plan. But Senior Life Insurance Company qualified him for $11,000 in whole life protection for less than $48 a month. That cut his monthly life insurance rate in half and saved him over $500 a year. A 75-year-old female could save over $50 a month for more coverage by switching to Senior Life. That's a savings of over $600 a year. Call Senior Life now to compare your current policy and see how we could save you hundreds of dollars a year on your life insurance. We might even be able to help you get money back on your current overpriced policy. Stop overpaying for your life insurance. Call Senior Life Insurance Company now for your free quote.
In light of the recent flooding here in Eastern Kentucky, we understand that there are so many people that are struggling with survivor's guilt, emotional trauma, PTSD, loss, grief, anxiety, so many things. And please know that we're here for you. Call your local ARH behavioral health provider to schedule an appointment.
Watch the Appalachian Wireless Game of the Week as the Shelby Valley Wildcats take on the Letcher Central Cougars. Friday on HNI and WYMT.com.
Kentucky State Parks has launched a photo contest encouraging visitors to capture some of the best parts of their stay. Kentucky Department of Parks Commissioner Russ Meyer said in a statement that the contest aims to attract more travelers and showcase these, quote, places of beauty from scenic mountain views to tranquil beaches. Photos can be entered in several categories and will be judged on factors including originality and artistic composition. Photo submissions can be made through October 31st, and winners will be announced in December. The Kentucky State Fair kicks off tomorrow. Crews have been setting up booths and carnival rides the last few days. The fair runs through August 28th at the Expo Center in Louisville. American Idol winner and Eastern Kentucky native Noah Thompson will perform next Wednesday. Tickets start at $10. Well, that's going to do it for Mountain News at 6. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you back here at 11. CBS Evening News is up next. Good night, everyone.